What is something that feels like a cheat code in life, but most people don't realize it? Honestly, learning how to say no without feeling guilty is like a life cheat code. It saves you so much time, energy, and stress. Asking staff if they'd like to do overtime either results in a yes or a no, followed by an explanation of why they can't. I always express to staff I don't need to know why they can't. A simple no because they don't want to is sufficient. We need to normalize the lines, I don't feel like it, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Both are perfectly legitimate explanations, and we as a society need to stop making people feel shitty about it. Oh shoot, these lines are normalized. What isn't normalized is taking those remarks at face value. Even then some. Try telling your brother I don't feel like it. And from his end he's thinking, motherfucker, I'm always showing up when you need it even if I don't want to. Or your best friend being like, wait a minute. I went to your XYZ when I didn't want to, but did it anyway cause I knew my best friend needed some support. The reality is that we are human beings, all of us. Our friends and family aren't cogs in the wheel of our lives, like they have things going on too when we ask them to hang out. This is really the reason why these complications emerge. You're dealing with other people who deal with you, and then are looking for vice versa support. Even if this isn't always the case, this has to be accounted for. This was the nuance I was looking for. This happened to me in college. I took a part-time job over the summer that worked out to about 60 hours a week. Great money for a summer's work. One big issue was they told all summer hires we needed to be available every Saturday of the summer. I told them up front that I needed one particular Saturday off or it's a deal breaker. They were short for staff, so they said, we'll see what we can do. I then clarified, I will not be available that day, and to just be prepared. Whatever. I gave them another reminder the week before I was going to be unavailable, and was again brushed off. I told them again the day before, and they said, you need to be ready when we call tomorrow morning. I said, don't waste the phone call, I'm not around. They blew me off again. Sure enough, the phone rings at 5:30 telling me I need to be in for 7. I just said, sorry, I have diarrhea or something. The dude acted like he was surprised even though I told him 4 times. He said, you're risking your future with the company. I was like, buddy, that's a pretty big bluff for someone who's clearly absolutely desperate for help. I'm here for the summer. There's no future past August. I can either miss this Saturday or the rest of the summer. I'll see you Monday. I gotta take a shit or throw up or something. Getting enough sleep. It's like a secret hack for everything, productivity, mood, health. Great advice. How about letting my 9-month-old know that so we don't wake up twice a night still? 9 months was easy compared to the 2-year sleep regression I'm in with my lil girl. Just as you think you're done with the nighttime crap, this happens. Good luck. When you fuck up, admit your guilt and apologize. People will respect you. Deflecting and passing blame makes you look like an asshole. Apparently, deflecting and passing blame can also make you president. I 100% agree with this, but with one proviso. Add at the end, and what can I do to fix it? Don't be the person who laughs off mistakes and screw-ups lightly, then lets others pick up the pieces. Showering when you're feeling down about yourself or mildly depressed. Shower, then go outside for a walk, get some air. It does wonders. If you hate everybody, have something to eat. If you hate yourself, have a shower. I remember a post that mentioned this plus. If you feel like everyone hates you, get some sleep. Instructions unclear. Ate in the shower all day. Now out of hot water and food. Hate everything. Listening to understand, not to reply. This is all the vast majority of people need for you to be on their good side. I and most of my male friends are engineers, consultants, or scientists, all very much focused on problem solving. It has taken an embarrassingly long time for most of us to realize that when people, particularly partners, open up about troubles or worries, they want sympathy and understanding. And that is all. Exploring solutions may be a secondary conversation, but that is definitely secondary. Even more, going off in a huff when someone has rejected your solution, when they just want a hug, makes everything much worse. Keeping your mouth shut and just observing. Makes me think of this nursery rhyme. A wise old owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be like that wise old bird? I was going to say humility. Modern culture mistakes it for timidity or something. But just reminding yourself you're not perfect, make mistakes, and your assumptions can be wrong, eliminates a massive blind spot. Arrogance and the low self-esteem that causes it has most people running through life with their hands over their eyes. Building strong networks and connections. It's like having a secret map to opportunities that others might miss. I don't know how to do that. To be honest, just making small talk with random people goes a long way. You never know who you'll click with and who they might know. At work, in line at the store, meeting friends of friends, checking out clubs in restaurants or bars, etc. If somebody's willing to chat, you might as well talk to them. It's not as easy as this. I am great at talking to people one-on-one, but I am the world's worst texter. I've lost so many relationships because of my inability to keep up with texting people. It causes me incredible anxiety to communicate with people through text and often takes me days to reply to them. You could be the most reasonable person in the world in person, but if you can't keep up communication digitally, the relationships fall apart. Happens to me so often I hate it. I've been trying to get better at texting for the last 6 years and I feel like I'm just getting worse. I hate to say it, but being thin. After losing a lot of weight, it's crazy how different the world treats you. I'm losing weight RN, and this is something I dread. There have been assholes rude to my face because of my weight, and I will no longer know who they are in future. Yeah, but the body dysmorphia afterwards is a doozy. Losing weight is absolutely worth it, but it is something to be cognizant of. I lost well over 80 pounds and looked great, but in my mind, I was still the fat kid who was being made fun of. I often feel lightheaded if I stand up too quickly since I have rather low blood pressure. If it occurs, instantly force the blood back upward by clenching your abdominal muscles. Great. Now I've shit myself. Thanks. And now you're pissed, which raised your blood pressure. See? It worked. One of the biggest cheat codes in life that people don't seem to realize? Being kind to people even when you don't have to be. Seriously, it's like a life hack with hidden bonuses. People tend to remember those who made them feel good, whether it's a compliment, a simple "how's your day?" or just listening when they're having a rough one. It opens doors, creates opportunities, and builds connections in ways that are more powerful than people think. Also, being kind doesn't just help others. It makes you feel better too. It's like a cheat code for leveling up in life, and it's free. I've lived in NYC for about 14 years, and being nice gets you so far here, it's insane. I've been given so much free shit over the years to say thanks for your patience. You don't want to let people walk all over you or anything, but being kind and understanding and treating people like they're fucking humans, who are also just trying to get through the day, do their job, etc. is so easy to do. And like everyone is saying, it makes you feel better too. It turns the day into more of a series of friendly conversations than a series of dismal chores and errands. I was in Venezuela in the 90s trying to get home to the US. The flights got delayed and I was in a line in Caracas watching person after person take out their frustration on the poor woman at the counter. When it was my turn, I immediately apologized to the woman at the counter for the way that people had been treating her. I told her that I understood that it was not her fault, and she was just trying to do her job. She asked me and my wife to sit nearby and gave us food vouchers. About a half hour later, she came and got us and took us to another airline where she got us free seats to the US. I was recently in Belgium, and my train tickets, for whatever reason, were not valid. The trains had changed, and things were messed up. When the conductor explained it to me, I thanked him for his help and asked him what I could do to rectify the situation. He got me to my destination and went out of his way to help me and my group. I watched another group yell at him over the same situation. They did not get the same treatment as us. I honestly do not understand people that think mistreating someone will encourage them to give you what you want. Drinking water is the easiest, most cost-effective way to improve your quality of life. Getting a good night's sleep is hard for varying reasons. Cooking healthy food can be expensive. Drinking more water is something you can start right now. Man, I preach this so hard that people get annoyed at me. It's always bullshit excuses too. Oh, I'll have to pee loads. I hate the taste. I try and tell people just do 2 liters a day for 2 weeks and tell me you don't feel significantly better. Using "I need to check with my spouse" as an excuse to get out of anything. It's like the ultimate escape plan for every unwanted plan or commitment. I used to be able to use "I don't have a babysitter" excuse. Then my kid grew up rude. One time I tried this and the salesman tried to emasculate me. He said, "You're the man of the house. You don't need to talk to your wife." Nice try, bud. Age-old negotiating advice from Alex Karras or earlier. Never have the authority to close a deal on the spot. If you don't have a spouse, you have to check with your accountant or your lawyer, or your board of directors. Most CEOs rig things this way. Any transaction more than $1 million or so requires board approval. The alphas who don't do this are the kind of idiots who pay $44 billion for Twitter. Life is full of hidden opportunities and cheat codes, that can dramatically change the way we approach everyday challenges. From learning to say no without guilt to taking care of ourselves, each of us has the power to improve our lives with simple but impactful actions. So why not start today? Take a closer look at your habits and relationships and find those small changes that can lead to big results. Remember, the power is in your hands. You can take control of your life and make it better. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.